Hey, welcome everyone to the stream. We are here for a clan war tonight against Insight Gaming. I am your caster Snoopy here, and here with me. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
And I am Salavant. We are back here for another clan war, and it's going to be a pretty good one. We've got Insight Gaming. I believe we've played against them before, and it's always been pretty good.
And format today is actually going to be 3 diamonds and 1 masters. So hopefully it should be at least competitive since I'm expecting...
Isn't there a restriction on the master as well? Like they have to be masters 3 or there's a certain MMR. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think the range is diamond 3 to masters 2. So...
there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So our master, both sides master will have to be a masters 2 or a masters 3.
Alright, so let's see what's going on in the chat. Or actually the party. Okay, Sushino is the players. So when he gets on.
It looks like our first player is not actually here at the moment. So we may need to substitute out a platinum instead.
Oops. Typed in the wrong message.
So let's take a look at our first player, although Magi's just said if you pull a plat, we can sub in a plat, which is very nice of him. But assuming we play Molar, he is a Diamond 3 Zerg, about 3900 MMR. Let's take a look at his match history so far. Not that many games played this season, but seems to be strong versus Protoss and a bit weaker versus Terran. But here we go. We're bringing in Xenodactyl, aka Johaviel.
Yep. So Xenodactyl, as you know, Jovial, actually was I think a recent addition to our clan, if I'm not mistaken. And
he was, but already proven quite valuable.
Yeah, he's leading one of our leagues. I forgot which one, but all nighters.
He's going to be leading the Validity Star League.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Which is a Platinum Diamond or Kill league.
And he's also led us in some previous clan wars as well, like last Friday against Risen. So off to a really strong start in Psi X so far.
Yeah, that's for sure. And he's got a pretty good win rate in all matchups, and despite being a platinum, he's only a couple of hundred MMR below Molar, so he has a pretty good shot. Though VP, what race was Johaviel again? I can't actually remember. I think yes, he's a Protoss.
Yeah,
and Molar's Protoss is quite good. He is 7-4 on the ladder against it, so small sample size, but still pretty good results.
Yep.
So we'll be picking the first map randomly, apparently, so let's see if they picked it already or if they're going to...
Alright, so yeah, both players are about to head into what map again? Let's see. First map is random pick. Alright. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they picked it before things started.
Oh, looks like Catalyst. Alright, November's confirming his Catalyst.
Catalyst indeed will be our first map, so a PvZ on Catalyst.
Yep, that's correct.
Should be interesting. We might see a longer game going on, though I don't really know the tendencies of Johaviel or Molar.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of their playstyle, right? Yeah.
No, I don't think I've seen Molar play before, and I think I've only seen Johaviel play like once, and I can't remember what he did.
So I guess we'll see how they're gonna play it out. This is as Maggie said. Wait, Maggie, this is the best of 7. Do you want to?
Yeah, November said that, telling it to Magi, but yes, as it's a best of 7,
thank you to Maggie for hosting our stream with one viewer.
Cheers, mate. And yeah, since it's a best of 7, we might be just not repeating maps because there are 7 maps in the map pool, and that's looks like what we're doing. Whereas with our BO9s, we say that you can pick any map that hasn't just been played,
Yeah,
because otherwise we don't have a large enough pool.
It works out. There's 7 ladder maps in the map pool, so if it does reach to that point, we can use all our ladder in the 1v1 map pool. But hopefully, maybe when you play, you can go ahead and take out their masters, and you could give our master player the night off.
We shall find out.
Yep. All right.
In the meantime, let's get this thing started. Looking forward to casting. I was looking forward to casting with you again, man. It's always fun.
Yeah, I was actually really excited. Went out for basically the whole day. Went out with my family to just relax and do some Christmas shopping and stuff. And then I was just like looking forward to coming back home and just casting with this clan with you.
Sounds good.
All right, so both players got to confirm they're ready before we head into this game. Thank you all for tuning in so far. Not much people tuning in yet, but hopefully people will start coming in.
Yeah, we have only just started, and I think it's only people from Psionic that we announce these things to ahead of time. So people from Psionic and Insight Gaming. So people have got us followed. Probably might not have noticed just yet, or they might be watching something else. So I'm sure we will get people trickling in over time.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Countdown has begun.
Looks like we are starting indeed. PvZ on Catalyst. Xenodactyl versus Maul.
Yep, and I actually personally have been having trouble with PvZ lately, so maybe I can maybe Xenodactyl can show up a build order or something that I can maybe copy. But anyhow, why don't you go ahead and introduce our players here?
In the top left, representing Psionic Aftermath Academy, it is the light blue, I don't actually know my colors, Protoss. It is Xenodactyl, or Xeno for short. And in the bottom right, representing Insight Gaming, it is the Diamond Zerg, the purple Zerg, it is Molar. And we already see Molar going for a fast gas, though it looks like it might be for an extractor trick, unless he's going to take a pull, but it looks like he's going to take a 14 gas, 14 pull, so we are going to see some aggression very fast, as the pool is going down just now. So it looks like, what do you think this is going to be, Snoopy?
Well, definitely gonna be some speed, maybe even Baneling buzz, but I think with the really fast scout by Xeno, I think he did a pylon scout. So basically, he will be able to scout this rush coming soon, and it's gonna be important that he reacts as soon as possible. Maybe putting down a second gateway. Oh wait, actually putting a forge as he spots no expansion from the Zerg.
That is a strange behavior, but I guess it could work. Normally you don't see that unless you're going for a cannon rush, but a defensive forge is something I don't think I've really ever seen before. But could do alright.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be able to get the cannon up and be safe. He scouts these fast pull, and the 100 gas is being mined, so it's going to just be a speedling push. And I think with the forge, and maybe he doesn't even need to throw down the cannon yet. Yeah, he's going to throw down a Nexus first, and then cannon, and then as long as he walls off, I think he should be okay.
Xenodactyl was trying for a cannon rush, that's why he built that pylon out there, but it looks like he's abandoned that plan, considering the high aggression coming out of Molar. But yes, it will be just a speedling attack, considering that, as you said, he pulled off gas. We'll have to see if he noticed that. I often do not notice those things, which I really should. Xenodactyl will be building a cybernetics core and a cannon. The first 2 Zerglings are coming across, while the rest of these Zerglings are being pulled up in the main. But Xenodactyl should know something is coming, even if he doesn't know exactly what. He's chrono-boosting out a Zealot. With a Zealot and a cannon, he'll be just fine against almost any amount of speedlings. But he needs to get that in the wall. before those speedlings come out. But actually, he's just going to fully wall off. Nope. But he might be prepared to wall off behind this if the speedlings show up. And it's 17 workers to 14, so it looks like Molar is falling behind from this little early aggression thanks to Javiel's fast scout. But the speedlings, the speed is done, and he will be moving across the map with these probably just to at least see what he can get done. He will only lose 1 or 2 speedlings unless he tries to commit, which he should not against this defensive setup.
Yeah, only with just only speed out. He doesn't even have like a evolution chamber to drop speed. Zerglings into the main as he hits the front. So I don't see this attack by Molar doing too much to Xeno here.
Probably against low diamond, high plat players, he might find people who mess up their wall off. But Javiel is completely ready. He is on point with that early defense. And these speedlings, like you said, aren't going to get anything done. Though there are 14 more on the way. If it had... He does need to wall off this completely. What is he doing? Javiel, throw down the pylon or the shield battery, and he's just going to get it down in time. He needs to throw down more, so he might need to throw down more stuff, but that pylon's actually really well protected. He needs to get that stalk on the other side of the ramp, which he does. He throws that down just in time. I think he should just remake that. You don't want to be caught like that. I would just be fine fully walling off right now, and he needs more gateways because there are more speedlings on the way, and that stalker is surprisingly fragile against these zerglings.
Oh, I think we have a lag by November here. So
yes, we do. I'm seeing now.
All right, so it looks like there's some zerglings, more zerglings going across the map, but with the stalker fully walling off the front here, I think if Xeno can maybe chrono boost out a sentry, then he should be good for at least for the next few minutes.
That would definitely help, and it would be nice for him to throw down more gateways, because it's now 28 workers for Javiel to 16 workers for Molar. But I'm not sure if he knows exactly how many Zerglings are out there. That is the real problem here. If they slip in, that will be the game, but this wall is good, so we'll have to see if Javiel continues with his prompt reactions in his early defense. It looks like November will be leaving the game.
Yeah, unfortunate, but she'll be back, I think, for next one.
All Indeed. Right. With that, we will be back in. The Zerglings head towards the third. A Dropper Lord would be really good right now, but he does not have it. He does have a Stalker there. They do have a lot of hit points, even though they are, like I said, surprisingly fragile to Zerglings, but that's mostly if they get surrounded. The Stalker is blocking that ramp, and if the Speedlings attack, Javiel's already proven he has the reactions to put down a pylon or another cannon or a shield battery in time to block that wall off completely.
Yep, and it looks like Molar is actually transitioning into a dirt base, knowing that he'll probably not be able to bust through in the front. And
oh no, Snoopy.
What happened?
That Zealot is poorly positioned. It's not in the right place.
Ooh.
Those Zerglings could actually slip right on by. I've seen this before. I've had this happen to me before. That Zealot needs to be about one Zealot length further south. So if Molar decides to test the defenses after all, this could be very nasty for Javiel. But in the meantime, we do have charge on the way. We do have 2 more gates. We do have +1. Javiel is preparing for a later game. And it looks like Molar is too, so he might just be keeping these Speedlings at the third base to deny a third for as long as possible. But Javiel really needs to throw down more gates, maybe throw down some more tech, spend that money, get enough units to fend off this wave of Speedlings if he wants to take his third base. What do you think Xeno's move is from here?
Well, Xeno, he's getting the charge lot, so if he goes for what would be pretty common in the PvZ meta right now, maybe throw down the Robotics and get some Immortals, and then get the Templar Archive and warp some Archons with the charge lot.
That would be nice. You think he is going to be gunning for that third base?
I mean, since Molar, I guess, rush in the beginning, I mean, it would be, I think, better for him to maybe do a charge lot push, just like harass at least, to force the Zerg to make some drones and then get the dirt base at the same time.
Well, I do think you are right about him not wanting to take it, because his time is basically passed. He's throwing down a robo and more gates now, but that charge is already finished. I think he's just going to use these charge lots to secure his third base and move into more tech. If he wanted to do a charge push, he'd want to hit as charge was finishing, or at least just a little bit afterwards. He really does need a unit in that wall off at the natural, though. it would have been nice for him to keep one Zealot back to do that, because these Speedlings are still around. They are still dangerous, but he is moving all of these Zealots and the Stalker across the map. I'd like to see him just send the Stalker back to the ramp, back to the wall, but he does have a sentry there. So if he reacts fast enough, he will be able to force field that. More and more Zerglings on the way. But these are +1 Zergling, and these are +1 Zealots. They will two-shot Zerglings. With all these Banelings, I think Mola will hold, but I think if he goes now, it would be a good trade for Xeno, but he isn't going. He is macroing back at home, so his moment has passed. His Zerglings will be out, and how will the splits be? Not good. These Zerglings, he knows there's too many, he's just going to recall out, but the Banelings aren't going to get there in time. Will they? No. He saves basically everything.
No, that was actually...
Good thing that those Speedlings blocked their fellows.
Yeah, I mean, the recall, like, the recall takes like 6 seconds before it actually recalls, and he had like a bunch of Banelings on top of it, but the Zerglings was blocking it, so he could have actually lost all those Zealots, but he luckily did not actually lose a single Zealot there.
4 seconds is a very long time in StarCraft, but now we have a wave of Ling Bane coming across the map, and it seems Mola's just better at macro than Xeno is. He's just spending his money better. He's caught up in workers completely, and I think this just might stop this third base completely.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
no.
us having to send in a plat means that Johaviel is just a little bit outmatched, because he got such a great start, but then he just let his opponent get back into the game with good macro. But it actually looks like with those Banelings used up, he will hold, at least for now. It is 40 workers to 57 though, so the impetus of the game has gone very much in Mola's favor. Mola just now getting Hydra speed though, while another Robo and a Robo Bay is coming out for Xenodactyl, so he does have the upgrade and the tech advantage. So if he can just hold on for a little longer, get up to like 3 or 4 Colossi, a Hydraling Bane force shouldn't do much at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate for Mola there, because I think if he had like a bit better micro there during the engagement, he actually could have taken down the third right there.
Absolutely, or if he had those Banelings take out those Chartlots before they could recall home. I definitely thought that third was going to go down, but
me too.
Javier does manage to save it. Now he needs to be producing workers constantly. He is starting to do that. He's getting a Stargate for later game tech. He's got some very nice Sim City at that third base. He's prepared for a second attack, which is good because a second attack is on the way. Lings and Hydras are starting to stream across the map. And Xenodactyl doesn't actually have that much. He does have 2 Colossi on the way, but he needs to chrono boost those out. He needs to get them out before the attack hits. It's going to be close. But it looks like Mola is waiting for a few more Hydralisks and morphing in some Banelings, so these Colossi might finish just in time, but I think they might actually just be a few seconds too late. Extended Thermal Lance and +3 weapons now starting, but those aren't going to help him for another couple of minutes, and I don't think Xenodactyl knows this attack is coming. But these Colossi are out, but they're not in position.
Oh my god,
He needs to get them over there.
I don't know why he's just parked there. He should be moving out like anytime soon.
He's expecting a frontal attack, but that's not what's happening. Molo is going to be attacking from the side instead, but this hallucinated Oracle might see... He doesn't... Oh, he just sees some Zerglings if he's paying attention. But he doesn't see the main army, but he sees it now, and he's got to get those units over there. He's got to get them over there right now if he wants to save this. 8 charge lots warping in with those Colossi, with those charge lots. I think he can hold this, but actually, Mola looks like he's going around to the main base, to the natural base. Oh, and no, he's leaving the natural completely exposed. But he does see that spotter pylon. Good spotter pylons for Johaviel, getting an idea of the Zerg's movement, but he needs to have that entrance to his natural walled off tight. But with these 3 Colossi now, I don't see this Hydraling Bane push winning. Mola's timing has passed.
Oh, force field! Oh my god, no force field! Okay, there we go, finally.
They go out now, but with these Colossi, they're just going to rain down hell. Extended Thermal Lance is about to finish, and Xenodactyl just has an army that cannot be stopped by the tech that Mola has. Maybe if he had a maxed out army and some good flanks, he could do it. But as it is, Mola needs to tech into something else. He needs to tech into Corruptors or Broodlords or both in order to stop this Colossus-based army. Or Vipers. Vipers would also do it, by the way. He's going to need Hive Tech.
Yep. Thank you.
That said,
I just gotta say, sorry. Thank you, Sentinel Charizard, for the follow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is still 3 bases against 3 with a 4th only just now coming up for Mola. So I was going to say Xenodactyl does not have a 4th, but that's actually quite okay at this stage of the game because both sides playing a fairly low economic game. These Hydralisks trying to do that. Oh, these Oracles are actually going to get sniped. But the Colossi just doing their thing from the back, they are untouchable. Dark Shrine on the way for Xenodactyl for some harass. And plus 3 weapons is about to finish, and those Hydras are just going to melt to the plus 3 weapons Colossi. And in the meantime, there are actually no upgrades for Mola. He has not been getting them, so Johaviel's advantage is getting higher and higher as this game goes on. It is 55 workers to 60 now, which means it's actually pretty good for the Protoss, but he does need to secure that 4th base. What do you think, Snoopy?
Man, I think those I think post patch with the Colossus doing extra damage to the light units. I think those were some clutch Colossus as they doing a lot of splash damage to the Hydras, and I think it actually works better because I've actually been playing with this composition, Colossus, Sentry, Stalkers, and I think it works pretty well against what Zerg usually go for, which is the Zerg, Baneling, and the Speedlings combination.
Absolutely, and Johaviel's actually moved in. These Zerglings trying to get on the Colossi, but that does not actually work well. He takes out the 4th base. I think Johaviel's just going to push in and win, and I think he has the numbers to do that. The supply has turned heavily into Johaviel's favor. Those Colossi just being so good. Look at the kill count on those Colossi: 31, 22, and 20. The Colossi is completely untouchable by the Hydraling Bane army of Mola. So it looks like Mola hasn't had the time, hasn't had the ability to tech up and get his upgrades, and that could be his downfall because Johaviel now has the stronger army and the larger army. Before it was a case of numbers versus tech, but now Johaviel has both of those things, and I don't see any way that Mola's going to stop this army. He goes in. It looks like a counterattack is on the way for Mola. What do we have to defend? We could have a warp in from Xenodactyl, but in the meantime, he's just going to continue to move forward, attacking the natural and the 3rd at the same time. Even warping in Dark Templar to pressure. He could actually defensively warp in some DTs at home, but even if he loses this 3rd base, he's still in great shape. If he loses 3rd base and wipes out everything the Zerg has, that's a pretty good trade, I think. But we'll have to see if he can save this 3rd base from the Hydra warp in. He is warping in DTs, so there's no Overseer nearby, so this is actually going to fend off this 3rd base. 20 workers gone down, the natural is dead. I think this could be GG very shortly. Look at the supply, 151 to 85, and the supply just keeps on dropping for Mola. Johaviel facing a diamond and coming out on top for punching above his weight class.
Oh, well done by Xeno there. What a crazy game. It was so back and forth.
It was. First, it looked like Mola was completely out. Then he clawed his way back into the game with great macro. And then Johaviel just held on, got better technology. And then that was a 1-2 punch that could not be stopped. Like I said, very swingy indeed. Very back and forth.
Now,
we'll have to see who they win next.
Yeah, because I guess they're next. Yeah, the 2nd diamond player. Yeah. November congratulating Xeno there. Oh yeah,
November's moved computer to a room with better internet, so that hopefully won't happen again with November.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Oh, we have some cheers. 100 cheers from Treasure Truck. Oh, he always gives us some cheers every clan war.
Thank you, Treasure Truck, living up to his name, I imagine.
Yep, he's still cheering. 100, 100, 100.
Always good to have you, mate.
Oh yeah, and during that fight between some more cheers. Thank you. During that fight, it was important to know also that I didn't mention that the Protoss Xeno actually had +3 attack during that fight. So his Colossus and Stalkers were really had some good advantages there.
Oh yeah, and the Zerg didn't actually have upgrades because he was going for that Hydra Bane timing.
Yeah,
which almost but not quite worked out. So that definitely swung the advantage in Johaviel's favor a great deal as time went on.
For sure.
Upgrades are really good.
Yep, upgrades are really good. Alright, so let's see who they have next.
It's this quality analysis that's why people tune in, really. Here's another professional advice. If you want to win a macro game, it is good to have probes. If you can have more probes than your opponent, that's actually really good. That's even better.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how, like, Xeno was so ahead in probes in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, the macro, like you said, of the Zerg player just skyrocketed. And then all of a sudden, it just, like, turned around again. It's like, what a crazy swing there.
Well, because of the timing that the Zerg was going for, he basically stopped at 60 workers. And then the thing that Zerg can get trapped in, as a former Zerg player myself, is that if you lose a fight like that, you kind of need to build units. And then
Yeah.
but as the Protoss' army gets bigger, so does their economy. But you just have to keep making units, or else you might just straight up die, and then you get stuck on 60 workers or whatever for a long time, and then you just die in a few minutes later anyway.
Ah, I see.
It's a really, really bad scenario to be in. That's the double-edged sword of Zerg being able to spend all of their lava on units or on workers. Sometimes they just feel pressured into not being able to build workers.
Mm-hmm.
And since the timing stopped at 60, he basically stopped at that for the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play Zerg, but I guess I played some Zerg. But yeah, it's always a tricky balance to know like when to drone up or when to make units, like army units. And same
It
way,
definitely is.
yeah, same. I guess sometimes the same as with Protoss. Like you don't know whether a big attack or aggression is coming, so you don't know whether to chrono the probes out or chrono out some units. All right, it looks like Maggie said he got 2 people on. If they don't accept, then he'll play.
Either way, we will be getting in a match pretty soon.
Yep. I find it a little funny how like we have like 5 of the 6 party members are from PsyX.
How do we have? Oh no, we've got 4 out of 4. Because I was thinking 2 casters, an admin, and a player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 4 out.
All right, Magi is in, and we'll be playing on Odyssey. Let's take a look at Magi's stats, shall we?
All right.
View profile.
Magi.
So, he is a Diamond 3, currently in Platinum 1 MMR though, and he is a Terran main, it looks like. Looking at his summary in... Oh, I just got moved out of that screen, so... It is Majo. That's weird, I've never heard that use of Magi before. Yeah, Magi. Oh, Magi.
Okay, so in the Twitch chat, it's like November saying, can't complain about someone throwing too much money at us. I'm guessing she's talking about Treasure Truck. And Koo says, more GG, more skills, as White Rat once said. Or actually, no GG, no skill. That's what White Rat said, but yeah. same concept.
Made a few words, but wise ones. Also, the corner of take, expand, and defense it.
Did you see White Rod like back in the day?
I saw some of his games back in Wings of Liberty. Yeah,
Okay.
he always had some cool stuff.
Yeah, he has some special tactics, as he would say. Yeah, he was actually my favorite player at the time when I was playing Wings of Liberty. I looked to him like to emulate my game of like War Prism and stuff.
He was pretty great. You remember Rain, the Protoss from
Rain. Yeah,
GSL?
he
was the
awesome.
II emulated because he was like the first real like pure macro toss.
Yeah.
He didn't really use a lot of cheeses and such, and he actually like the first really successful one.
Mm-hmm.
He just had such great play, but then he ran into MVP, and MVP is like, yeah, I don't care.
Rain actually moved to Brew War, so he's actually playing Brew War professionally.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That's a tough game. Played Brood War?
Yeah, I actually played Brew War. Yeah, before playing StarCraft 2.
StarCraft 2 was my first competitive RTS. I picked it up basically the day it came out because I wanted to be good at an RTS from now on, and I'm getting there 7 years later. I've come back to the game and quit quite a few times over the years, but I always come back.
Yeah,
It's nothing like an RTS.
Yeah, this is a timeless game, I would say, like kind of like chess.
Oh yeah, Brood War is definitely like the most timeless game of all time. But here we go.
Yeah.
We are getting into the game. In the top left, representing Insight Gaming, is the purple Terran. It is Magi. And in the bottom right, with 1 kill up, looking for a second one, it is the Cyan Protoss, representing Psionic Aftermath. It is Xenodactyl. Wait, I think turquoise. I think that's the term, turquoise, for sort of greenish blue.
Oh,
it's turquoise now. Let us know in the chat if I've got it wrong. But in the meantime, Magi has a very early SCV set out, and it's not on a scouting path.
Oops.
We're going to see a proxy racks into something.
Ah, yes.
Proxy Reaper seems the most likely, but I've also seen Proxy Marauders. I even faced a double Proxy Marauder build on the ladder yesterday.
Oh, wow. Those aren't as common these days, but I guess
No, I had no idea what to do with it. It was the first time I've ever played against it. Fortunately, my default move against cheese is to chrono boost out Immortals and hope for the best, so that actually worked pretty well against a Marauder-only army. So I did manage to win, even though I lost my natural and had to retake it.
oh, nice. Oh, it looks like Magi actually going to build his barracks at the front ramp of his main base. So it looks like that
Ah,
SCV might be throwing down a factory, and then he can actually lift the factory up to the main, and maybe do some shenanigans there.
yeah, he sent out the SCV a little early, but it will ensure that Xeno's probe cannot scatter across the map. A little bit of probe harass going on from Xeno, just being annoying with that early scout. Barracks is down, and yes, we do see the proxy factory. I used to lose a lot of games to that proxy factory until I started just throwing down my second pylon over where the proxy factory would be.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good way to get some good, I guess, vision on your main base.
Nowadays, I just send over a probe to check that, but we'll see if Xeno does that.
Oh, it
And
could
if
be.
not, will it be caught off guard?
Yeah, it could be actually maybe some proxy cyclone rush.
I don't think so. If he's bringing it into the main base, I think it's going to be Widow Mines, just trying for that surprise factor. If he leaves it outside the base, Cyclones are more likely.
Oh,
But
yep,
no,
he's
I'm pretty
lifting.
sure this is just going to be Proxy Widow Mines, and it's not even all in. It just needs to get some damage done, and then you can just go home with it.
Mm-hmm. Now, Widow Mines actually reveals themselves now after the first shot, so it's not as
That's
strong. And it looks
Definitely
like
makes it a lot less devastating, but it can
Yeah.
still get a lot of pro. Oh, but the Stalker sees it. Very nice movement by Joe Harriel. He knows what's up. He's scouting this. You're not going to get anything on me, he says.
oh,
Meanwhile,
nice.
a supply depot goes up at the Zelnaga Watchtower.
Oh my God, what is
Standard
this?
play, completely standard play for PVT, I think.
Wow.
Seriously, do you know what this is? Because I've got no idea.
No idea.
Oh, but this Reaper's getting a lot of damage done. The Stalker is out of position. It is going to get a probe or two.
Oh, it doesn't actually.
Wow, very nice by Joe Harriel. It is going to go after another probe, but this Stalker is there, and I think he might lose the Reaper.
Oh,
yes,
he
he
got it.
does.
Wow, things working out for Xeno in this early game here. We got the scout of the stalkers on the factory, and then all of a sudden he got the Reaper as well with no kills. Which the Reaper with a better micro would have gotten maybe 1 or 2 kills at the very least.
So I had stuck out for 30 seconds. I'm back now.
Ah.
So,
Okay. So basically, yeah, the stalker of Xeno almost caught the factory. I don't think he saw it.
ooh,
Yeah, he
and
didn't see it.
checking his vision, no, he did not. But this factory has now lost a hell of a lot of its power. The point of the Widow Mine is it goes into the main, into an angle that you do not expect anything to come from that early in the game. Whereas if it just tries to walk into the natural, that's just much less likely to work. So I actually think this is a mistake from Magi. I don't think these Widow Mines are going to get their job done anymore. But actually, no, he's got that medivac across. He does have this backup plan. He's going to go for Widow Mine drop, and that could do a fair bit of damage as well, because he does have 2 shield batteries coming up, but they're both at the front. He does have an Immortal, however, so if he can get in position for this, he'll be doing very well, but he doesn't actually have anything there. He does have 2 Stalkers, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think, to stop this Widow Mine. But actually, Magi decides he will back out. I would have liked to see him just drop the Widow Mine anyway, but maybe he knows better than I do. He's the Widow Mine dropper. I don't actually see it very much these days, and he's actually dropping anyway. But he's just going to drop somewhere else. But we do have 3 more Stalkers on the way, so now Magi has all the units he needs to deal with this, but that Widow Mine is very well placed. But I think this Immortal won't actually really beat the 4 Marines, but it'll be about 5 minutes before they manage to kill that Immortal through 2 shield batteries. And does take out this Widow Mine. Xeno just playing really, really well today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe he was a Platinum if you told me.
He's even throwing down a Dark Shrine too. So
And a Warp Prism, so he's going to go in for some DT drops, some shenanigans of his own.
yeah.
Well, a second Starport going down very fast for Magi, actually. He's only just taking his second base. Looks like he's going for maybe 2-port Banshee, do you think?
Maybe, but maybe even Liberators can actually work out pretty well. If you're behind, you might as well go Mass Liberator and actually get you back into the
That's
game.
true, but do you really have the gas to produce 4 Liberators at a time off 2 bases? I would have thought 2 at a time would be really all you could afford, and you can do that off a single starport.
Yeah, that's true. And also, he has one of his gas actually being mined by only 2 SCVs instead of 3, so a little bit of a mistake there.
That's true, but in the meantime, he does have another drop coming out with 10 Marines in total, but this Warp Prism is coming out. Did they see each other?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did.
know.
Yep, they just crossed each
Oh,
other. Yeah,
that's
but
interesting.
yeah,
So
we'll
both
see if
will
they.
be prepared. We do only have a Stalker and an Immortal here at the Natural for Xeno, but if he pulls his probes to the shield batteries, they should be safe. He's got 4 Stalkers at the main, so he's doing just fine there, but he needs to get some more units up. He's looking to try and take that 3rd base, but actually that's just missed by the Medivacs, and they are coming in, and they are going to start doing a lot of damage to these probes. Javier needs to pull him. He's losing so many of them, but he's going in with his own Dark Templar. This could be very nasty on both sides right now. As the drop leaves for Magi just as the Dark Templar warp in for Xenodactyl, but it does. You see it. I would have liked to see him split up those DTs, but they're still going to do a lot of devastation. They're still going to be just devastating. 7 SCVs go down immediately. The scans do go down as he tries to run with the DTs, and he's going to save 2 of them actually. 12. It's now 17 workers, 19 workers to 29. This is another crazy game.
Yeah.
But looks like Xeno is just getting the better end of these. There are no scans left.
Oh
There's
man.
there's going to be one in about 10 seconds, but Xeno doesn't know, and he's just going to pull his DTs out.
I'd imagine that'd be a Terran's worst nightmare, having DTs in the base with no scans.
Oh yeah. And he is actually getting blink and charge. It looks like he's going for the Nightmare build. The Nightmare build is when you essentially, it's a timing attack, you get DT blink, you get a bunch of Dark Templar and charge lots, you just blink right on top of the Terran army and use the massive DPS of the DTs to just kill everything before he knows what's happening.
Ah, I see.
Nightmare is like a B-teamer pro gamer from Korea. So it's probably just as good as really most foreign pro gamers, but he's never quite busted into the GSL itself.
Okay, yeah,
but
that's
he's known for this build is what he's known for.
Yeah, because when you said Nightmare build, I was like, huh, who's Nightmare? I actually never heard of him, but yeah, good to know that he does this as his build, I guess.
He is really the only one who has been able to make it work. SOS tried it against Innovation in the finals of the GSL Code S a few months ago, but it did not actually work.
Ah, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
It's a bit of a... Well, that's the Nightmare build, that one, with all the DTs and the blink.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this from Xeno, putting proxy pylon around his edges of base where he has no vision, so that allows him to see if there's any drops incoming. Unfortunately, there's no there's a proxy pylon that's being put in the gold base, but the Liberator is not going to spot the Liberator in time. Now the Liberator is going to siege up, and the 3rd, and let's see, there's not a lot of probes there, only going to get 2, so not too bad for Xeno here.
Can't lose your probes if they're not there, thinking face.
Ooh, we have a major big drop at the main base of the Protoss.
This is just going to wipe out these Stalkers. He does have DTs, but if there's a scan and it's fast enough, that could do a lot of damage. The DTs... Oh, he does scan. The DTs really need to get on top of this army if they want to do their damage, but he's actually force building himself out. This could be very bad for Xeno. His supply is plummeting. He might actually not have enough here. Shadow Stride was not done. But he's actually... It looks like he's just barely going to hold. I should just stop calling the game in favor of Xeno's opponents because he always seems to come back and manage to keep going.
Yeah.
And he still has the economic lead, but this Liberator is going towards the natural now and there's nothing actually here to defend it. So he doesn't need to pull his probes away, which he does. Does not lose a single probe actually, very nice, but he will lose a lot of mining time. Because he does not have anything there, and DTs are not very good at killing Liberators. He does make 7 Stalkers, which will go over there and crush that Liberator with extreme prejudice, while he sends all of his probes to the 3rd base, a wise move, and the Liberator will go down. But the timing for this Shadow Stride build has definitely passed. Once you get enough bio units in a ball together, the build just does not work. The key of the build is that you just hit so fast that a 3rd of the bio ball is dead before they even know what's happened. But it looks like Xeno is going to try for it anyway. That supply depot, seeing the warp prism coming across the map, see, that's why he built it, that's why it's standard to build that there at 3 minutes 30 seconds. You're a Masters too, Snoopy, you should really know this.
Yep, of course. proxy supply depot, the new meta.
Exactly. Exactly. The supply depot has been killed, but it has done its job. We do have 7 DTs. So we're probably going to see them again just try and blink onto this army. And the army is actually all the way in the main preparing for a drop because it saw the warp prism. Xeno knows that supply depot is going to be there and sent his warp prism on that path to trick Magi. Some extremely high level play going on here. We do see an Archon on the way, as he's going to probably warp in one more wave of units and then go.
Oh no!
And Magi looks like he's going out for a drop, and this is the worst possible time he could be doing it. More and more DTs on the way, and here comes the attack from Xeno. Magi is going to need to drop his stuff, as everything is just starting to go down. The supply depots get taken out. He's at the bottom of a ramp, so we can just contain this. Xeno can. 11 SCVs go down. The economy has been ravaged for Magi, and all of these SCVs get trapped, and the command center goes down as well. Xeno can probably just go home now, but it looks like he's going to try and break it. He does have DT Blink, but he decides, no, I'm not going to try and bust up this wise move. Actually, he is going to try. He's just blinking. That's a really bad idea. The DTs cannot go in on their own. They need support. But Xeno is just so far ahead that I don't think it matters at this point. There's 43 workers to 15. Xenodactyl might win this battle. He might not, but even if he doesn't, he'll be in a brilliant position. And it looks like with this extra wave, he will just take this, and Magi is looking like he's going to have to tap out, as Xeno, our Platinum substitute, and is going to get 2 kills against Diamonds. Wow.
So they might actually be has to rename the build from the Nightmare build into the Xenodactyl build. And GG by
the
Magic.
Xeno build is the Nightmare build with the Warp Prism faking out the proxy supply depot.
Yep.
That's an important meta shift that Xeno has added.
Wow, what a crazy game. Cheese after cheese.
And Magi left the party, which I don't think he was supposed to, because I think he's the admin.
Ah, yeah.
I think it was just a force of habit type thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that too, yeah. I guess. Oh, wait, maybe he got DC.
Yeah, I was practicing against a clanmate yesterday, and I kept putting it on no match history. Just through sheer force of habit, because of all the times I've done that in the CTL practice.
Ah.
Didn't even realize I was doing it until the 3rd game.
Oh, snap. November is still in the party. I mean, not in the party, in the game, so... She might be AFK.
How did that happen? Must be. Magi just went offline, so maybe he got disconnected or something.
No, he went offline, then he came back, but I'm trying to suggest to party, but looks like it has to be November to okay, yeah, November just got out of the game, so alright, so in the chat, Alex says the Xeno ladder. I played against him 2 weeks ago and got dunked. Do you know?
I'm sure he ladders everyone pretty much ladders, but let's check the ladder career summary. Yeah, he ladders a lot. He has 272 games on the ladder played as Protoss this season so far.
Wow.
So that was probably him, yeah. And clearly all that practice is paying off, considering how well he's doing. We'll have to see who Magi wants to send in next.
Yeah.
While that's going on, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Alright, cool. Alright, so this is going to be the 3rd Diamond player from Team Insight Gaming. So we'll see if the 3rd Diamond can actually takes down Xeno, who's actually been on fire these first 2 games. He's countered a lot of cheese, because in the first game, as if you remember, he came across a rushing Zerg, and he managed to win that. And then in the second game, a proxy factory, so managed to also get a win out of that. And here we go, Sabo. I'll call him Sabo for now. For Insight Gaming, is going to be the 3rd Diamond player. So let's go ahead and take a look at Sable here. He is a a Terran player. He does play Zerg and Protoss, but not as strong as his Terran, which is Diamond 1. And so let's see his stats as well. In TVP, because Xeno is actually a Protoss player. And let's go ahead, race report. Terran against Protoss. Okay, 50%. So it's 50-50. 11 wins, 11 losses. So we'll see how he does against Xeno here in this next game. And let's see what map he actually chooses. Okay, so we see that there's some actually some Seahawks fans in the party here. So I guess yep, there's a lot of football games happening at the same time. And we'll just wait for Sabo to go ahead and choose his map choice. So as we wait for him to choose his map, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in into this clan war on this Sunday evening, or I guess wherever you are, morning, or afternoon. If you haven't yet, we actually have a YouTube, Twitch. I mean not Twitch. Twitter and Facebook. So you can also follow us on those our social media. And we also had some few followers earlier tonight from I think Insight Gaming players, or maybe some random people just tuning in. We host a lot of Clan Wars events, tournaments. We actually have a special Psionic X Christmas Cup, which features basically a tournament styles in house. So from Diamond to GM. So yeah, we host a lot of events every week. So you can follow us on our Twitch channel here. And let's go ahead and see what the Twitch chat is what's happening there. Oh hey, welcome back. So this basically they're going through their map choices.
Sure thing. Do we know who their next player is going to be?
I believe it's Sabo.
Right,
it might be Too Drunk. Oh, Too Drunk is their Masters player, I think.
Yes, Too Drunk is a Master.
Alright.
So we have a Diamond 2 Terran. Well, actually, no, a Diamond 1 Terran, who's currently at Diamond 2 Master. This will be quite an uphill battle for Johaviel, but it's been an uphill battle for him all day, so we'll see if he manages to keep it up. His TVP is about 50%, so it looks like he's about even in that matchup at his MMR.
Okay, so it looks like Too Drunk is actually replacing Magi as the lead.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. Alright, so it's going to be Abyssal Reef LE here. And it is going to be another TVP here. We'll see if Xeno goes for the same build. It will be interesting if he actually does, and see if it works again. It will be pretty funny.
I don't think he will. That seems like the kind of build that you only do once, but maybe it is his standard build. I don't know. We shall find out.
All right.
One thing we know is Johaviel has been preparing for the JSL, the Junior Star League, which is essentially like a GSL style tournament for plats played over multiple weeks. What that means is he's been preparing for best of threes, so he probably does have more than one build against each race, especially if he's played against a Terran so far in the tournament. I'm not sure if he has. I think his first week was a PVZ, which he won.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the JSL, the Junior Star League, wait. Yeah, that was like a few months ago, maybe, or last month.
No, that was a tournament to basically gauge interest, and now it's like a 10-week-long league type thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's similar to the Ultralisk Star League for Diamond players.
All right, so here we go.
Just waiting to load into the game.
Yep. All right.
Here we go. In the top left, representing Insight Gaming, down 0-2, needing to bring it back, it is the yellow Terran. It is Sabo, or Sabo. Which one do you think it is?
Sabo, I just call him Sabo.
Alright, I'll try to do the same. In the bottom right, representing Psionic Aftermath Academy, Doing extremely well for a Platinum player, getting 2 kills so far, looking for a third. It is the Turquoise Protoss, it is Xenodactyl. Did we ever get any judgment on what that color actually was from the chat, or will I keep calling it turquoise?
Let's just call it teal. I believe that's teal. Maybe. I don't know. We'll just settle on teal for now. Alright, so here we go. Sabo looks like he's gonna actually go for a CC into, I mean not CC, Rax into CC, as he has no gas being made yet. So definitely not gonna be any fast Reapers or a Reaper opening. And then it looks like Xeno is actually gonna go ahead and go for his typical early scout.
Both sides going for a pretty early scout, in fact.
Indeed. Okay, so Xeno gonna finally be able to get into Sable's base. Gonna do some little bit of a harass, but won't get too much done there. And he does scout that there is no gas, so he should be expecting either a marine rush or a CC. And thank you to Nicodemus for the follow. I hope I didn't butcher your name.
It is very strange that Sabo isn't going for any gas. He's going for a very fast engineering bay, actually. While Johaviel is making a proxy pylon.
Well, the engineering bay is just to block the
yes, that's
yeah,
right. I see that now. And it looks like we're gonna have another kind of weird game.
Yep.
No, what was this lack of gas meant to do? I guess it was just meant to get the command center out a little bit faster because he's not going for any aggression or anything. And we have a proxy Stargate out of Johaviel. And with no gas, that's no reactor for Sabo. This lack of Marines early on could be devastating against a proxy Oracle. But the problem with the proxy Oracle now is that they take 3 shots to kill a Marine or an SCV. So it no longer takes 6 Marines to kill an Oracle. Now I think it's 4 or 5 can do it, and they also do a lot less crippling damage. They do damage 50% slower against Marines and SCVs.
Yeah.
Well, it takes them 50% longer to kill something. That's the most accurate way of saying it. But still, there's only going to be a few Marines out, and they are going to be in the bunker, so they're not going to be in position. So this could still do a lot of damage, just not quite as much damage as before the patch. And he's also getting another gateway, so he's clearly going for a 1 base all in here. But Sabo also knows this because he sees because he's got the engineering bay block, so he knows to be prepared. He's building an engineering bay at... Wait, no, he's not building... I thought he might be for turrets, but he's not building up turrets. He's just building a factory instead. And we see another proxy gateway, double proxy gateway. That's interesting. And we have void rays instead of oracles. That's interesting. That I do not know what the hell is happening anymore. Johaviel just completely subverts my expectations at any step. That pylon there is a very nice trick, making him think he's going for this. But we see 2 shield batteries coming up. It is just outside of Sabo's vision, and we see that it looks like Xenodactyl's looking to expand, but he's doing nothing of the kind. He's going to build another Void Ray and probably Chrono Boost that out, and we're going to have some shield battery boosted Void Rays trying to take this down, and I think that could really work. The only thing that's really great against a Void Ray is the Cyclone, and that's actually not even that good. With 3 shield batteries, this Void Ray properly controlled is basically immortal. I think he's just going to get 2 Void Rays and then he's just going to go.
Man, this is some crazy thing, right?
As well.
Oh, does he actually see it? Yeah, he sees the Marine sees the shield battery.
Oh no, as Piggies wants to say. The Stalkers are coming across the map. The second Void Ray is nearly finished, and Xenodactyl has been spotted. He may as well go now. He needs to defend the shield battery, actually. Well, I guess he doesn't. He does have 2 more.
Oh.
But it looks like he's going to try and take out this... Oh no, he's not going to go after the Cyclone. These shield batteries... The shield batteries don't go down, and this Void Ray is immortal. The Cyclone goes down. He's trying to stop. He's trying to repair the bunker, but I think that he needs to just snipe these SCVs down with the Stalkers. That's what I would do. 3 Stalkers can one-shot an SCV. That's what he's going to start doing. But with 2 Void Rays now, this could be devastating. The shield batteries are about to run out of energy, though. This could actually turn the tides. Another Cyclone down. He really needed some better focus fire on these SCVs because they're starting to go down, actually. Good defense from Xenodactyl with better control. This absolutely could have turned out differently, but this Cyclone is going to go down as well. It's still far from over. more and more SCVs getting sniped, but it's just not enough. There's 39 SCVs to 24 probes. The Marines are doing their thing. These shield batteries are depleted of energy. More Void Rays, more Stalkers coming out, but I think that the window for Johabul has passed. He needed to commit one way or another to those SCVs or to that bunker, and he kind of mixed in both. Good defense from Sabo, and a Liberator coming down now. A Void Ray would be able to take that down if it tried, but we shall see.
Oh man, that was pretty tough because Xeno actually had it there, but man, if he just focused fire on the SCVs, the repairing SCVs, I think he would have gotten that.
Absolutely, I do think so as well. If he just been able to take out the SCVs and then take out that bunker, at the very least, Sabo would have been forced to pull more SCVs, and then it might have been more competitive. But now Sabo's defenses are in place. Xeno's trying to take a second base, but it's really not going to work out with this economic advantage now. If Sabo holds, which it looks like he will, he can probably just counter push with Cyclones and Liberators and win this game. When you proxy basically all of your structures, there is no going back.
Unless you get like a huge amount of damage. Which,
exactly.
Didn't happen, of course.
Yeah, Sabo has not been, which Xeno has not been able to do. These shield batteries will get taken down one by one.
Wow, even the third command center already halfway done.
Well, he can afford it, and he's going for 2 more Cyclones. It looks like he wants to transition to the mech, but there might not be a need for a transition if he just moves across the map eventually, but Xeno will have a fair few Stalkers to defend. Yeah. At least until these gateways and this Stargate get discovered. Then he will be very low on tech, indeed. We shall see what Sabo wants to do from here.
Liberator making his way across the map. Sabo is gonna probably go ahead and siege up into the main, and there is no defense against it yet. The Stalkers are somewhere out in the middle of the map, I believe.
Oh, these Stalkers are at the natural right now.
Okay, yeah, natural. So, okay, there's a Void Ray actually here, so maybe he can actually take down this Liberator with the Void Ray and keep the Stalker at the natural.
They are out of position though, so likely a few probes are going to go down. Quick response from Xeno, but still denies a lot of mining time. In the meantime, Saber's just getting a better and better economy. He needs to lower that third base though, because he's completely oversaturated his main. These 56 SCVs not doing much for him, but it's still 2 saturated bases against 24 workers from Xeno. He's continuing to make Void Rays, but I don't know if that's such a good idea against the Cyclones that Sabo is making.
Yeah, the economic lead is going, the difference at least is...
Xeno has oversaturated his main. He's not even mining gas much, actually. He really needs to change that up.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even making optimal use of his 26 workers right now. And I think Sabo is probably just going to get a 3-base mech push going. It's going to be completely unstoppable. If you look at the supply, Sabo, falling for Salivant syndrome, does not know quite how ahead he really is.
Well, Xeno's definitely behind, and as a Protoss, you know what happens when, you know the saying goes, right?
When behind, Dark Shrine.
Yep.
And here we go. Should see Sabo transfer a lot of those probes from the main to the natural to the third base very shortly. But he does have the problem is with DTs is that he already has turrets up in his main and his natural. Proxy Stargate into Dark Templar is not really the best idea because the counter to Proxy Stargate also counters the Dark Templar. It's like the old stove build from Brood War. If you've heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the stove? What? The
stove was essentially a troll build. It was created in PvT, where each step perfectly led into a natural counter for the Terran, which countered the next step for the Protoss. You started out by creating a scout, which no one ever makes in PvT, which costs as much as an expansion, so it needs to do as much damage as an expansion to be worth it. And then, because they're likely to make missile turrets against your scout, you go into Dark Templars. Then they save up scans, they've got even more detection, and that's when you make the Arbiter, which cloaks units. Also, the Arbiter can fly, so the missile turrets are doubly effective against it. It is brilliant in how terrible it is. It is seriously a work of art. And I've never seen its like. I've never seen anything so perfectly imperfect. But let's go back to this game and back to StarCraft 2. We've got Liberators, we've got Cyclones, we've got Marines. As I said, this 3-base mech push is just going to be devastating. I don't see any way Xeno's going to hold this. Look at the supply, it's
Oh,
just
man.
not there. The Cyclones and the Marines will take out the Void Rays. Shield batteries are overpowered, but they're not that overpowered. Even they cannot hold back this army.
And it looks like this
And-
natural is gonna go down.
Indeed, there are no counterattacks. As probes trying to escape, they just get melted, and that will be GG. Xeno's beautiful run will come to an end, but no one can fault how well he's done so far.
Yeah, he did his job, definitely. Got 2 wins for Psyx, but Sable is going to go ahead and end that streak. So the score right now is 2-1 in favor of Psyx. We'll see who Inside Gaming, I mean not Inside Gaming, Psyx put up next. Oh, it's me. I'm the leader. So go ahead and I'm going to invite Daunted.
Alright. Daunted is a Terran himself, so we're going to see some TVT, which I really do love to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be interesting to see what Daunted decides to do. He's a pretty good player, Daunted is. Giving me a
Yeah.
run for my money in the past, despite being Diamond 2.
Oh, you practice with him?
I've played with him in a couple of the MVDs.
Ah, right.
Actually, I played against him in one MVD, and I've also done some CTL practice with him back when he was still playing in the CTL. He had a very good record in the CTL, 4-1 all in all. But I think he's one of those guys who felt like he always had to win. So he had a loss and decided to take a break. Or maybe his play started to decline, and that's why he lost, and he decided he would take a break from that. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Maybe I've confused my cause and effect. Maybe like wasn't able to practice, and then when he lost, he's like, yeah, you know what? If I can't practice, I'd rather not play in the CTL for a while. I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
And we are playing on Blackpink as our 4th map.
Ah, interesting choice.
That reminds me, I should keep a tally of the maps that are left.
Yeah, we
Because,
play on.
you know someone's going to ask. We've played on Abyssal, we've played on Catalyst, we're playing on Blackpink, and we've played on Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh, you're actually the leader, so you.
Oh.
Yeah.
One sec. I'm just getting a friend request from Too Drunk. And so I'm the leader, so we shall start the game. We're going for Blackpink LE. I actually knew Too Drunk a few years ago from a clan called Overdosed, which is still around apparently, according to Too Drunk, but isn't too active in StarCraft 2 these days. So at some point, Too Drunk moved on to Inside Gaming, and we know that I moved on to Sonic Aftermath.
Oh. All right.
So we've
Let's
got
go
Daunted
ahead.
and yeah, Too Drunk and I kind of know each other a little bit from back before.
Oh, I see. He might actually play in the master slot, so who knows?
That would
maybe-
be interesting.
Yeah.
Too Drunk always had my number in Overdosed, and we'll have to see if he still has it here. Since he's a strong Masters player, he would probably have the advantage. But at the same time, you never know.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's going to be our first TVT of the night. So for all you Terran viewers, probably pretty happy about that, or maybe not. I don't know.
No one hates mirror matchups more than the players of that way. I don't know why. I love mirror matchups. I love PvP. I love ZVZ. I'm sure, and I love TVT, at least in theory. If I was better at Terran, I'd probably love it a lot more. I still enjoy it, though, when I occasionally play Terran. And here we go. In the top right, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is the red Terran. It is Daunted. And in the bottom left, putting an end to Johaviel's wave of destruction, it is the yellow Terran. From Inside Gaming, it is Sabo. Don't know why I do the zoom in thing when you're the observer and no one can actually see me do it, but it gets me into the
It gets you in the mood.
gets me in the spirit of things. That's right. And we're going to see a gas first out of Daunted, and actually out of both players. So it looks like both sides. I haven't played TVT in a long time. Is this a standard thing now? Is this indicative that both sides want to put on a little bit of early aggression? I know it can absolutely lead to a macro game, but Is this the kind of thing you might do if you're just going for?
Yeah, and the TVT is actually pretty common to get the first gas first. I mean the gas first, because sometimes they usually go for reapers, at least open reapers, and you want to open gas into barracks instead of barracks into gas. Yeah, and I've actually seen our very own Psych practice with one of my friends in the TVT. So I've been actually watching a lot of TVTs because I've been observing their games, and so this should be pretty interesting here. See if they actually do the same build or not. But it looks like Sabo is gonna go ahead and go into the base of Daunted here. Might wait. I wonder. Yep, he's gonna steal the gas. I was like, I should think about that.
Nice, very nice. He's just actually leaving the SCVB. I guess he's going to try and take that down with the Marine, but we'll have to see what Daunted wants to do. I guess Daunted, it's not really a big deal unless Daunted wanted some early aggression, but it actually looks like he does, considering he's taking a factory before his expansion, which I believe is not unusual, but also not stock standard play in TVT. But Sabo doing the same thing, so it looks like this is going to be a bit of an explosive early game coming out of both players.
Now, because Daunted actually went for Marine first, he had the extra gas to invest into the faster factory. But for Sabo, he actually got the Reaper out first, so his factory is a little bit late, but he can actually do some early harass, see if he can poke in. But I don't know if he's actually gonna be able to do much, as there is a Marine, and I believe there's gonna be a Cyclone being made pretty soon here.
This Reaper is already halfway across the map, and one Marine does not beat one Reaper. He really needs some more units out. He is getting a CC on the high ground, whereas a starport coming up for Sabo. So it looks like Sabo is the one who's going to be putting on the aggression, but this Reaper could be an excellent start to that aggression. The units are still a while away. He might just go straight for this Marine. He goes for the SCV building command center. Will he get it? He will just take it down. But good SCV pull from Daunted, it prevents that Marine going down. And if he'd been fast enough, he could have taken out that Reaper with the SCVs, but he doesn't need it. He's got the Hellions. But more importantly, Sabo now knows exactly what's coming, or what isn't coming, considering the CC is on the way. So what do you think Sabo's going to do from here?
Well, Sabo, I think after scouting that, should be playing it more defensively. He does, because he saw the factory with the reactor on it, he should be expecting either a Hellion. I mean, I would expect either Hellion or Cyclones. And it looks like this is interesting because I don't think it's. I mean, I haven't seen this, but usually they make I think 2 Hellions or 2 Cyclones at a time. But for Dante here, he actually made the Hellion and Cyclones, I think, at the same time. So interesting from Dante here.
And I don't think Sabo wants to get defensive, because Sabo also saw the second command center, whereas Sabo's second command center is not yet up. He's going for Cloak Banshee as well as a Marine Cyclone push against Hellions. This could actually be pretty good. I don't know about the Marines, he'd have to split those Marines out, but he's also bringing a handful of S-Series, 3 S-Series with him to repair these Cyclones. So we'll have to see how this goes. While in the meantime, Banshees are going to be coming on the way to defend. Stim is on the way for Daunted, while it has not started for Sabo. Dauned's moving out. He doesn't want to do that. But I guess he could snipe a few Marines and then back out, but he definitely needs to back off. He does lose a Hellion for Marine, not a good trade that he wants to make. And SCVs are being pulled from the natural. I would have just liked to see them being pulled to repair the Cyclone, but I guess there are 2 Cyclones, and those Hellions aren't very good against Cyclones. He's just going to withdraw and allow these Cyclones to start attacking, eating away at the orbital command. I don't like this at all.
Well, he might just get it.
He should lift off.
Oh my god.
Those Cyclones do so much damage on the ground. This orbital is going to be forfeit, I think.
Yeah, that's big by Sabo there.
And here come, and remember, 1 orbital means only 1 scan at a time. Once the scan's done, there's no scans for a long time. 48 energy on that orbital command. But he can't afford to scan right this second because he's busy fending off everything else. The SCVs are being sniped one by one by the Banshee. It is 30 workers to like 24, but the scan goes down, but there's not enough units to actually kill this Banshee, and now there's no more scans left.
Oh, but energy on the Banshee is about to finish.
It is, but it will still snipe. It's going straight for the Marines. If it gets the last of the Marines, that's it.
Oh man,
there's nothing to defend. This Banshee is visible, but it doesn't matter. 2 Marines just now stimming in to stop it. It will get the Banshee, but at what cost? A second Banshee coming in, and it has plenty
Oh
of energy,
man.
and there is no scan. This could just be GG right here.
Yeah,
It is
no
now
engineering
31
bay.
workers to 20.
Can't even make turrets here.
That's right, because they will just get sniped down by the Banshee. All of these Marines are just getting sniped one by one.
Yeah, we should see.
Good micro, Sabo.
It's looking like a pretty
Oh, it's
GG here.
nasty. You're just shift clicking on these SCVs, gonna take them down.
Oh, one scan.
Game goes down, and it will take down the Banshee, but the economic damage has already been done. And Sabo's second expansion is now up. And remember, Daunted does not have a second base. It
Yeah.
got killed, and he never replaced it. So Sabo is in a commanding lead in almost every possible way right now.
Yeah, and the third Banshee coming in for Sable too.
That's true, and he doesn't have a scan. Oh man, Sabo just knows where it hurts. He's backing away. He doesn't know that he doesn't have, actually, he probably can see that orbital and see that there is no scan. No scan goes down, so he just moves back in. There's no mining for Daunted. He is economically crippled. This Banshee just being worth its weight in gold. Oh my goodness. That Banshee has as many kills as Daunted has workers left on the map. 9 workers left for Daunted.
And there's
If he can't
Raven
win with
just
the
coming
units
out.
he has, he's going to lose the game, but there are 2 siege tanks for Sabo.
Oh. Yeah, that should be more than enough to hold the ground units of Dante here.
He can land the Vikings directly on these siege tanks, but then if there's any support with them, which there will be by the time he gets across the map, it'll be all over. And Daunted needs to go. I don't think he realizes quite how behind he is, but or I guess he's just paranoid about more Banshees. But at the same time, he's giving Sabo more and more time that Sabo is happy to take.
Well, I gotta give it to Dante here because if I was in his position, I would have GG'd already. But he's gonna go ahead and hold on and try to will through this.
He's a fighter, that's for sure. But there's not enough energy for a scan again. But he does have the Raven out now, so he will stop this Banshee. But the Banshee has done its job because all of Daunted the units have remained at home.
Yeah.
Sabo has 3.5 times the workers. He's getting a 3rd command center while Daunted's still on 1 base. Daunted's attack is not going to work at this point. There's Hellions, there's tanks, there's a mech army on the way. And once Daunted gets across the map, I wouldn't be surprised if he GG's out quite quickly. He just does not have the numbers to take this down.
Yeah, 39 army supply, 225, and even the workers are even more discouraging for Dante here. He's down 14 to 45.
And the general army quality is just better for Sabo. He's got those siege tanks up. They're going to destroy everything on the ground. Only the Vikings and the Raven can do anything.
So even though Sable going for mech, we're not going to probably be able to see it be played out pretty long because, yeah, Dante I think is going to die pretty soon. Oh, actually he does go back after the scan, but so
Well, scans and goes back home, but if Sabo just pushed across the map,
yeah,
he would be able to take this game.
for sure.
But he's expecting Daunted to attack him because that's the only real option Daunted has. There's just no way that he can build enough stuff to get back into the game.
He would
If
need
he doesn't
some
lose
like
now, he loses in a few minutes.
yeah, he would need some like miracle, like I don't know, nukes or something.
Even if he dropped and killed all of Sabo's workers, I don't see how he's going to beat the army.
Yeah, he will need like a nuke on the army and the mineral line.
That would make the game even again, yes.
Yeah.
But Sabo is moving out across the map with these Hellbats, tanks, and Vikings of his own. And I think this push is just going to be the killing blow. Daunted has been crippled. He's unable to recover. Sabo just has a massively larger and stronger army, as well as the economy to back it up, even if he loses this army somehow. Vikings, one of them will get sniped. That is a start for Daunted, but he would need a lot more than that. 1 tank is in the back to defend. The Hellbats come swooping in. There's 5 siege tanks rain down hell. The Shredder missile does take away all of the armor of these Marines, and they all of the support units are taken down from Daunted, but he actually has enough to just turn these into regular siege tanks and just attack move with siege tanks up the ramp if he wants to at this point. Though I imagine he does not want to take that risk, and why should he? He sieges up at the bottom of the ramp. All of these supply depots are going to be forfeit. And Daunted is just never going to be able to retake that naturally. He's run out of half of the minerals at his main base. Siege tanks being set up on the low ground for Sabo, and he's going to move up this ramp and take out everything that Daunted has.
Yep, on top of the production building, and it looks like Dante is going to go for one last ditch effort, trying to drop with a few Marines, only 5 Marines. That probably won't be able to be enough. So
not with 2 siege tanks and 2 missile turrets, about to be 3 at home.
Mm-hmm.
No, that last one's a sensor tower. 5 Marines are good, but they're not enough, and they will get shelled down. And that will be the end of the game as Daunted crushes all the production building. And GG.
GG. So it looks like Sable is going to go ahead and tie it up in 2-2.
And that will be my moment to leave you.
Yep. All right. Good luck, man.
Thank you very much.
All right. So Salvan's got to leave because he's actually the 3rd player for Team Psi-X here. So he's going to be up next. We'll see. Well, he's in the party already, so he could go ahead and announce his map choice. Alright, just letting him know that he can create the map. Oh wait, alright, so I'm actually the leader now, so gonna go ahead and ask him what map he wants to play. So we played on Abyssal Reef, we played on Blackpink, Catalyst, Odyssey. So I believe this Battle to Boardwalk and Neon Violet Square. And we'll see which map. Ascension to Ire, actually. Did we play on that? I'm trying to remember. Ascension to Ire. Okay. I don't think we played on that, so let's go ahead and make the map. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. The score is tied 2-2, and we're heading into our 5th game here. All right, both players gotta confirm when they're ready. Alright. Salvant is ready. Cybo is ready. So here we go. We're going to go start the game. Start the countdown. Ascension to Ire, our 5th game. So this is going to be the tiebreaker for, well, I guess the tiebreaker for now. To see who's going to go up 3-2 in this clan war. And this is a best of 7. So first team to go to win 4 games is going to actually win the clan war. Alright, so this is going to be my time to introduce the players. It is at the bottom right, for representing Team Psi-X, my co-caster of the night. He is Salavanth. Oh, actually, I like this Psionic Aftermath little logo here. Alright, so here at the top left, we have the Yellow Terran from Insight Gaming. He is on the 2-game winning streak, tying it up for Team Insight Gaming. It is Sabo. Or Sabo. I'm just calling him Sabo. I've been calling him Sabo mostly throughout the night, so we'll just stick with that. Anyhow, Sabo is going to go ahead and get his gas. Probably get into the barracks. Oh, wait, actually 2 gas before barracks. Wow. Oh wait, actually the barracks is across the. Oh my god, I didn't even catch this. The barracks are already planted, so it's a proxy barracks across the map. 2 gas. This indicates to me it's going to be a factory after the barracks. So I'm guessing maybe there's the proxy cyclone rush. Maybe we'll see. But 2 gas really early. I think he's definitely going for a factory. Might actually proxy a Stargate. I mean, a Stargate, a Starport. And we'll see or find out pretty soon. As looks like Salavan's going to go ahead, scout into the main base of Sabo, and see that there is no barracks but 2 gases. So his spidey senses should be tingling. He should be canceling this nexus here at the very least. He should also get a robo, like a fast robo, throwing down some extra gates actually, and he's gonna actually see the barracks with the tech lab. So this is pretty big for Salavan. He actually scouts it, sees that the barracks is in his base, but he does not. Oh, this is Ghost Rush. Wow. Okay, so Ghost Rush is incoming. First Ghost is out, or at least halfway done. Robo just getting started. Now he's gonna have to run away with the probes because he can't really counter the ghosts since they're cloaked. So he's gonna have to buy time. He actually getting a shield battery, so that should help a little. Now Ghost actually comes out starting with 25 energy, or actually no, 50 energy. And so this shield battery actually doing, actually helping a little bit here, buying him time as for the robo. Oh man, he actually gets 5 probes here. Gets the surround on the ghost, so that should be that should help. He should definitely run the probes though. Ghost a little bit on the move command there, so he does not shoot immediately. But man, he's getting a lot of probes here. 7 already, 8 already. Let's see how many total. Yep, 9. He needs to chrono boost that observer immediately. Man, Sable already paying off with this Ghost Rush. It is 21 workers to 14. That's never a good sign for Protoss. In the early game, you want as a Protoss to be ahead in workers. And especially if you count mules on top of the 22 workers now. That is going to be a lot of income for Sable there. And Sable even blocking the natural with the barracks. So I love this. So the Ghost Rush is done for, so he is going to go ahead and use that barracks. He's not going to use it probably because he's going into mech here. 2 factories already out for Sable here, and a probe scout from Salmas. So you're actually going to see this cyclone that's moving out. Not sure if he's actually going to expect a mech transition, but I think with the if you see the barracks there, it might be a good indicator that the Terran player is going for mech, at least transitioning into it. There's always that case where the Terran actually sacrifices that barracks and actually plants more barracks, but we'll see how Salavan responds to this. Pretty much behind so far. Do we see actually? Yeah, the command center for Sable is actually already out, morphing into a orbital command. And Salavan just throwing down his Nexus, so really late Nexus here. And he's not going to be able to scout this Ghost Academy for a while unless he actually pulls his Observer over there. But that allows Sable to continually make, or actually has access to Ghosts. But again, no barracks out in the map so far, as the barracks was killed at Salavan's natural. Now Sable actually has to make another barracks to get more factories, but for now he's actually contented to just throwing down the starport and also going off these 2 factories. A push out from the Terran here, 3 cyclones and a ghost. He still has a ghost left over, so this is a pretty strong push for Salavanth. Let's see, does he have a mortar out? Not yet. He doesn't even have a chrono booster out, so this Nexus actually pretty much might go down. But I think that with the gateways finishing and the Robo Mortal, oh, actually he might cancel this. The firepower of the Cyclones. There's 5 Cyclones right now, and I think this might be GG here, as 5 Cyclones versus 2 Stalkers, and actually 3 Stalkers and a Mortal. Will it be enough to take down these Cyclones? Oh man, the Mortals get focus fired, going down so quickly, and man, these Stalkers are getting cleaned up rapidly here, and oh man, this pylon powering the shield battery. This shield battery would have been pretty helpful in this fight, but it looks like one Tosis pylon left, and Sabo with the proxy ghost is gonna actually put Inside Gaming ahead 3-2, and just one game away from winning the clan war. All right, so Kumanatata is actually our next player. Oh wait, he's not even on.
Well, that's new. Base Ghost Rush. Not really
Yeah.
sure how to stop that. It happened so fast. I guess the shield batteries when they were away, but I needed to place it differently, I guess. What would you have done, Snoopy?
I would have ran my probes away, cause and also the I guess throw I guess you threw down these robo like as quickly as possible, but yeah, that well, that was tough because you scouted the proxy, but then the ghost comes out so fast because it's like in your base, and they come out with energy to start with. So yeah, that's a pretty tough to be in. Let's go see if Kumatata is on.
I guess if I see it, I would need to build a shield battery in the center of my
Okay, Kuz is
middle line or something. I was actually expecting it was going to be Marauders until first Ghost showed up.
yeah.
I guess we will be going to the match point.
Yep, it's gonna be it's 3-2 right now. So up to Kuz. I think he's in the game though.
It was Kuna Matata that was going to be playing.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he's on. Do you see him on? Kuz's supposed to be
No,
back up.
I just
Yeah.
kind of assumed that our players who signed up would be here.
All right, so
I guess
players
we're
in the
changing
game.
that out.
We had to play on the last map, right? Oh, and actually no, there's 2 maps.
There's 2 maps to go.
Okay.
Boardwalk and Neon Violet Square. And Kuz is a Masters 3 Zerg, it looks like. So we're going to see a ZVT, and if there's a last match, it will be a ZVZ to determine the final result of the clan war.
Hopefully, he can get 2 wins and put Sign X on the top.
Let's find out.
All right, so in the chat, Twitch chat, help us Protoss player out and suggest what you should do against that proxy ghost rush there. We would like to know. At least I would like to know. I mean, if I was in your shoe, I would like try to run the probes and then like wait for the energy to die down. But you lose so much mining time.
Yeah,
So-
and the second ghost comes out.
Yeah.
I think it is probably going to come down to the shield battery positioning. If I see it, just dump it right in the middle of the mineral line.
Yeah. Actually, the shield battery was actually really helpful. Delaying the yeah.
Yeah, it was, because a ghost basically cannot kill probes through a shield battery, but I'm guessing he must have started targeting the ones away from the shield battery, because I started losing a lot of probes very fast. Even though that first ghost, I don't think it actually got that much.
Okay, so Sabo's okay, he's still choosing his map. Let's go ahead and get into the Twitch chat, see what they say. Get detection. Oh my god. Nice advice there. But yeah, just get cyber and robo, get detection.
Pretty sure I could have figured that out on my own, guys.
I know.
Besides, I did get a pretty fast robo out there. Ghosts just come out so fast you can't have detection in time.
Okay, so Zeno says
You know what? Why am I asking Twitch chat? I'll ask Kingslayer. He'll give me an actual answer.
Yeah. He's he should give you a good answer. As yeah, I don't. He said Zeno says I haven't faced much proxy ghosts actually, but having a shield battery seems to be a must.
Definitely. I'm thinking it's just the positioning of the shield battery, and then that should let me hold for long enough to get that observer chrono boosted out. I could have gotten the robo out faster, but like I said, I thought it was Marauders, so I thought I needed units out very fast.
Yeah.
Now I know in future to
Mm-hmm.
just focus on that, getting that robo out.
Yeah.
I could have gotten a little bit faster than I did, and then chrono boost out that observer. That's something I also should have done that I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And with the shield battery in a good position, that should keep me economically alive.
Yeah. I think
And if I
also
know it's a proxy ghost, I don't need to cancel the Nexus. But against proxy marauder, I might need to cancel. That's sort of the problem.
um wait, hold up.
But I'll work that out. I'll get some help
I
from a GM from Psyx. In the meantime, we've got a game to cast rather
Alright.
than help Sal be a better player.
Well, actually,
Always important.
was thinking also because you scouted the gas timing. I mean the gas 1 versus 2 gas. I think 2 gas should be a good indicator for Ghost. 1 gas for Marauder.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into our ZVT and put aside thoughts of, well, observers. We might see a proxy ghost here, though I highly doubt it, but you never know. In the top left, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is our master, the last hope of Psionic Aftermath. It is the pink Zerg. It is Kuyas.
Kuz.
How do you pronounce that?
I say
Kuz.
Kuz. Yeah.
That works. And in the bottom right, representing Insight Gaming, looking for the match point. It is the yellow Terran. It is Sabo. 2 kills up.
Now Kuz is our Masters player, so he should be favored in this map. I mean, not map in this game. But we see Sabo go for 3 straight wins, right? I believe he had 3 straight wins. Oh, 2 straight wins?
Yeah,
No,
wait, no. He
no,
did
3.
play against Javier. So yes, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
3 wins. For
Yeah,
him.
3 straight
Wow,
wins. So he's
very
on
nice.
fire right now. So we'll see if
He is.
Kuz can.
See if Quiz can stop him.
Yep.
He's going for the all kill. Quiz doing a double extractor trick to get an 18 hatch down. And he'll probably get his gas and pool shortly afterwards. Looks like both sides playing somewhat standard for now. I actually see no gas out of Sabo just yet, so it looks like he's just going to go for a faster command center. And delay his tech a little bit in order to get that economy going. What do you think about that?
Well, it would be tough against a rushing Zerg because they can get the links to cancel that command center. But it looks like Kuz ain't going for that rush. He's actually going standard, so it should be playing out pretty well for Sable here. He should feel safe to get his CC.
I agree, the no gas does seem a bit risky, but it doesn't look like that was what Q's is going for, though. I guess if he did something like a Bane Bust or a Speed and all in, that could be pretty devastating against a late gas Terran, because he wouldn't have a factory, wouldn't have any Hellions or any Widow Mines or anything like that to help fend it off. He would just be relying on Marines and bunkers.
Mm-hmm. Fake Expo.
And Koreas will be taking a third.
Wow, that's really fast third by Kuz there.
It is, it's not too surprising for CVP, but for ZVT, definitely not the usual timing at all.
Yeah.
But considering Sabo hasn't taken any gas, I think it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, because he's
going to lose this first Overlord to the 2 Marines.
Oh, that's bad.
That is bad. That's not what you want at all, and it's going to supply block him pretty badly. Doesn't even have an Overlord being made, so now he needs 2 Overlords in order to climb out of the hole. At least he has 3 fast hatcheries to help bring him out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely, that's really the only reason to make Marines first instead of a Reaper, is so that you can try and go after those Overlords. And that's really, I guess, the main reason why Terrans take gas fast. It's to get that Reaper out, to get the scouting gun, to maybe kill a couple of Lings, maybe kill a drone. But if you get an Overlord, that's better than a couple of Lings or a drone. So
Yeah. It looks
Sabo
like
going for his bunker.
yeah. So and then he also going factory with the reactor on the barracks. So maybe some Hellion action about to come up for Sable here.
Looks like it to me.
And Kuz, on the other hand, he's just making queens and getting some ling speed. Not much lings on the map so far, but he definitely has the queens to help defend against the Hellions if Sable does choose to go. So
Starport coming up for Sabo as Kuz starts to get his Overlords spread across the map. That's going to take him a long time. This is a very, very big map, but it basically means you can get 3.5 to 4 bases pretty easily on this map. So it's quite a good macro map, especially for Zerg and Protoss who love having that gas. Not quite as good for Terran, I think, because unless they go mech, they tend to prefer minerals to gas. But we might be seeing mech out of Sabo. We don't know. He is, after all, making those Hellions, and he will be going for Hellion Banshee. It looks like because he is putting that tech lab on the starport. And Couriers will see all of that with a strong scout. But it looks like Sabo either reactionarily from seeing the scout or never planning on doing it in the first place, just makes a Viking out of that starport, not going for Cloaked Banshee at all.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
two
good.
Evo chambers going up from Cruz.
That's a good, I guess, mind trick. Because if you scout that or see that as a Zerg, I would immediately think Banshees and start throwing down Spore Crawlers. And Kuz, I think he's actually starting to throw down Spore Crawlers now. So he's actually gonna be thinking he's gonna be facing Banshees, but instead it's just a Viking.
Have to. You got to throw up those spores. Fortunately, spores are kind of useful later in the game against drops and such anyway. So it's not like it's a complete waste. We do have 4 Hellions moving out to try and get some pressure, and there's only a Queen here. But Sabo is building a battle cruiser and Yamato cannon.
Oh, but get this around by the Lynx. Oh, that's a great one.
Hellions are going to be pushed away. I think one of them might survive. More Hellions coming in. These Speedlings are just doing work on these Hellions. Sabo not quite controlling them well. I think they're going to get caught on these squares. Well, one of them is. But as I said before, we do have a battle cruiser on the way for Sabo.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Battle cruisers at the 5-minute mark or 6-minute almost.
What is this clan war?
I know this clan war's been crazy.
We haven't had a single standard game all day. I imagine Sabo's going to want to get those gases because he needs it for his 2 bases battle cruisers. I think. I don't know. I don't know how this build works.
Wow, this is some crazy thing here going on, guys.
We'll see. I suppose he's probably just going to warp across the map and do some harass with his battle cruiser. That is, I imagine, the best way to do it this early in the game when there's not really going to be anything to stop it. That's how I imagine I would play it, but we'll see what Sabo does because we're in kind of uncharted territory here. This is not something you see very often at all. I've actually seen it on ladder before. People seem to love those. Trying that kind of thing.
The first battle cruiser is on the the natural. Gets the Queen with the Yamato cannon.
There is a Spore Crawler there, but a battle cruiser beats a Spore Crawler one-on-one. I know that now.
Ooh, good transfuse there.
Good transfuses indeed. He's with these Queens plus the Spore Crawler. This battle cruiser is actually probably going to go down.
Oh he's my god!
Making mules to try and repair it, but it doesn't work. Loses 3 mules. That's really bad for Sabo right now. Couriers, on the other hand, is up to 75 workers. He is just like, alright, so if all you're going to do is make battle cruisers, I can just make all of the workers I want. And he's not wrong there. As Sabo moves out to take a 3rd base, still producing battle cruisers one at a time. So since with those Queens and Spores, Sabo will be Kuz will be able to fend off these battle cruisers.
Oh man.
And this Hellbat is actually getting a lot done with those squares, but even then, there's just too many Speedlings in the end. We've got +1 ship weapons on the way, another factory and engineering bay coming out for Sabo, so we'll have to see where he wants to transition from here. Getting a planetary fortress at that 3rd base, and tossing down a ton of mules, but Kuz is starting to take a pretty heavy supply lead. He is getting a Spire. I think that's going to be for Corruptors or for Mutalisks.
I would go for Corruptors, yeah, against battle cruisers.
And Sabo is taking Liberator range. But he doesn't really have much gas to work with. He is only just now, well, not even just now, but he should be starting to take his 5th and 6th gases pretty quickly, because for Liberator range, for battle cruisers, for siege tanks, all of these things require a lot of gas, and Sabo is floating a lot of minerals because he's just unable to get a mineral dump going to match the gas expenditure he's making. While we have +2/+1, an infestation pit, and a bunch of Hydras coming out of Kuz. So I suppose with Hydras and Corruptors, or Hydras and Mutalisks, these battle cruisers should have a lot of anti-air to contend with.
And he does have a good, 9 corrupts on the production tab, so gonna be Corruptors.
Hydras and Corruptors, the tech of choice. I wonder if Kuz is going to just try and defend, or if he's going to make a timing attack once he maxes out. Maybe gets his +2/+1 and +1 flyer attacks.
Yeah.
Or he's just going to go for Hive because he does have the Infestation Pit down.
Alright,
That creep
Barracuda.
spread is starting to get really insane for Kuz,
Oh,
spreading
yeah.
that creep all the way across this map. We do have a bunch more Hellions coming out to that third from Sabo, but Kuz should be ready at this point. It's happened plenty of times before. He does see the Hellions well in advance because of this great creep spread, and he's going to send some Hydralisks over there to fend that off.
Yeah. So no economic damage done by the Barracudas, and looks like no damage done for these upcoming Hellions. It looks like they're just chilling. Oh, the Hydra's Bite actually sniped them.
Yep, and while Kuz is supposed to have a supply lead at this point in the game as Zerg, I don't think it's supposed to be this big a supply lead. Both sides are supply blocked right now, but Kuz is getting his Hive, he's getting his upgrades, he's got a massive supply lead, and I imagine he's already taken his 5th actually, so he's got a massive lead over Sabo. Sabo's clever little mind tricks not working. And we don't have any more battle cruisers, I don't think. We've got a few siege tanks sort of spread out, but there's actually really not that many units out there for Sabo, though. To his credit, the Corruptors are pretty much useless at this point, considering the lack of anti-air. But he is going to start killing this production. What I'd like to see him just focus down 1 or 2 factories, but I guess there's just so much damage going up. Man, all these factories can go down. There's just... He's trying to repair, but that's not going to work. The Corruptors just get more and more powerful the longer they go.
Oh my god!
Cripple Sabo's production. Oh my goodness, what a move. 3 factories gonna go down, and I don't think a single Corruptor... Oh no, he does save another one, so 2 factories go down, but no losses for Kuz at all. 1 battle cruiser up for Sabo, but he does have a planetary fortress at this 3rd base. So I don't know if this attack is actually going to work. He might just want to back out, get some Vipers, get some Hive tech. Yamato cannon does go down on one of these Corruptors. But is that just too much? I think there might be. These Corruptors should be able to take out this planetary fortress, vomiting on it. And this planetary fortress is going to go down. And with it, I think Sabo's hopes in this game. But the repair is so good. The missile turret doing their job. Will he actually save it? It looks like he might. He's got a 4th base as well. Wow. Saves that planetary fortress. And he's just trying to take those Hydras to a place where the planetary fortress can't get it, and where he can just start sniping SCVs from afar, which he successfully does, taking out 10 SCVs so far, and there's no more SCVs, there's less SCVs to repair.
Oh, it goes down!
Finally goes down to the Corruptors.
Wow. Those
and that means the
strong.
Hydras can start sniping SCVs with impunity. Oh yeah, Hydras. 22 Corruptors on the way.
Oh my god.
I don't really like, because there's actually like very little air capabilities for Sabo right now, but I guess maybe he just wants to vomit over everything that Sabo has.
Well, he's getting a greater spire, so he's definitely gonna go and morph those into
Broodlords.
Broodlords. Yeah.
There's only 1 Thor out right now, and it's actually trapped.
Oh my god. Where is that? Oh yeah, it's right there.
In the main. Cannot
poor
move.
guy.
He
Too
has
fat.
Lift off that barracks.
Gotta go on diet.
Exactly. He's heavy metal, but maybe he ought to be light metal. We do have an Ultralisk Cavern as well. We have basically all of the upgrades at once that Kuz can get. He's just like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Just give me everything. Give me all the upgrades you had. Not a lot of upgrades. All the upgrades you have. Taking a 6th base as well. He is just spreading across this map. Supply lead is still heavily in Kuz's favor, and he's also starting to get the tech advantage now as well. He's morphing 14 Broodlords at once.
Oh my god.
But that is actually a lot of Liberators, so that would do quite well against the pretty low Corruptor count now of Kuz. He should have some more Corruptors. That would be nice. I think 15 Broodlords is a little overkill.
Hey, if you have the resources, might as well go for it, right?
That's true, but he's losing Corruptors to do it, and so he kind of...
yeah,
I mean, he's got 13 Corruptors still, so that might be enough to fend off these Liberators. We'll have to find out, but either way, this attack is looking like it could be devastating, and Sabo has no idea it's coming. These Hydras will be taken out as Sabo tries to secure his 4th base, but they're not the real threat as Kuz comes flying in. Say hello to my mass little friends.
He doesn't even try.
GG's out. He knows he's beaten.
Yeah.
And we will be going to the ace match for PsyX versus Insight Gaming, as Kuz will face off against 2 Drunk in a ZVZ to the death.
Oh, so 2 Drunk is actually the next player, or for?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think he played as the ace last time. I don't think it's guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure he is the final player.
Okay.
I will ask.
All right. So for you guys that's just tuning in, maybe the score is tied 3-3, and we're actually to our ace match here. Whoever wins this next match is gonna win it for their clan.
Don't blink and don't look away, because we're going to have a ZVZ on Battle of the Boardwalk. So I mean it, if you turn around for 5 seconds, it could all be over.
All right.
This
So
is going to be fast and furious. Final map is Battle of the Boardwalk. I was just going to tell them, but you've already started the game, so
man,
no need to let them know. They'll figure it out.
Just based on the map, I think you actually might favor the Terran player. What do you think?
It could. I'm not sure. I only know about it in PvZ really. In PvZ it's really bad because you've got 2 entrances to the natural. So I actually have it vetoed myself. I only have 1 map vetoed because I like to play as many maps as possible just in case. But Battle of the Boardwalk is 1 map that I do not play on ladder.
All right. Sable still.
Oh yeah, Sabo is still in.
Why?
He shouldn't be. I guess he just hasn't left. So you'll need to remove Sabo because you're the leader.
Right.
There we go. And here we go. You didn't remove him from party.
Oh, it's alright. Just gotta remove him from
Well, I'm
alright.
sure he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to
Yeah.
talk or anything in the middle of the game.
All right, here we go, guys. Battle on
The
the
ace match.
boardwalk. Yep.
Master versus Master. Battle of the Boardwalk. The smallest map. The most aggressive race in the most aggressive mirror match. Here we go. In the top left, representing Psionic Aftermath with 1 kill, looking for a second. It is Kuz. And in the top right, Insight Gaming's last hope. The blue Zerg. It is Too Drunk.
Oh wait, I thought, yeah, for some reason I thought Too Drunk was actually a Terran, but it looks like it's gonna be a ZVZ here.
Too Drunk is in fact a Zerg player.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking you who you think it would favor, like, because I think Terran is pretty good on this map.
I did say it was a ZVZ, but
All right.
no one ever listens to me.
All right, so it looks like
Who's
oh, you can go ahead.
Who's going for his double extractor trick, which he usually does. I'm not sure if that's better or worse than the standard opening, but either way, not going to make a huge difference. While a pool first coming out from Too Drunk, and we'll see what Kuz wants to do. What were you saying?
Oh, no, nothing much. Anyhow, looks like Kuz might actually play it safe. It looks like he's getting gas first, so he actually might get the spawning pool, and then the hatchery. Huh? Oh, snap!
Kuz is going for his gold base.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Yeah,
That's
actually,
why I'm here.
okay. So I see why. Yeah, it's probably better to go for Expo because you actually have a single ramp to defend, and you can just place a two queens there and maybe a spine crawler, and you should be good at it.
That is correct. Until roaches come down, unless he wants to do drop a lord play, until roaches come down, those rocks all the way down at the bottom center are really going to be basically untouchable. And we'll see if Too Drunk thinks to scout this area. Too Drunk does see no expansion out of Kuz, so that's probably going to give him a very wrong idea. He is building Zerglings. The thing is, if he's building Zerglings, once he realizes he's been had, he's going to be coming after Kuz with a vengeance. So Kuz is going to need to build units of his own just to defend. A lot of drones being sent down that boardwalk.
Nice, pun intended.
Over to the gold base. Oh yes, pun definitely intended. Well, it is literally a boardwalk. This is
Yep.
boardwalk part of the map. And 4 Zerglings coming across to see what Kuz is doing. But Kuz is building 2 Lings, but he should be building a few more than that, I think. As these 4 Lings could get a fair bit of damage done. As 4 Lings, I believe, do beat 2. I'm not a ZVZ expert, but that much I believe I know. As the drones will have to help defend. 1 Ling goes down from both sides, as the queens are being built for Kuz, but a very fast Baneling nest coming out from Too Drunk. I'm not sure if this is meant to be defensive or offensive, but in ZVZ, there's really no such thing as a purely defensive or offensive option. He could easily transition this likely defense, thinking that Kuz is 1-basing, into a defense later. I wonder how long it will be before Too Drunk actually figures out what's going on.
Yeah,
He's doing very well.
Yeah, with Two Drunk actually getting Baneling first before speed, so he's not gonna have speed here. So this is gonna be slow lings, and looks
But it
like
looks like Two Drunk knows something's up. He's
yeah.
making his own banelings and he's going to go for an aggressive posture, but I think there's enough stuff here to defend. Slow lings are just nowhere near as good as speedlings. Good focus fire on that
nice.
queen, but that queen needs to survive. One, oh no, oh, that's so close. He needs to focus that vein. Oh, actually, all of these Zerglings are still alive, but there is a spine crawler up now, and speed is almost done for Kuz as he gets another queen up, and he does now have speed, so he's going to defend against this. Both sides do have two bases, but Kuz has that gold base, which is just getting so much mineral income.
Yeah, shutting down like a boss is just big for Kuz, as he has his own Baneling nest, so he's gonna be morphing in Baneling and should be good against any other aggression from Two Drunk.
Look at the income. Even though both sides have very close to the same workers, Kuz has like half again as much mineral income. He can't even spend it all. That's just amazing. I'd like to see him just take a third base just to have more lava, but he does need to get rid of these Zerglings first.
Oh, it might get trapped.
Not quite good micro from Two Drunk, but these decent trade from that Baneling. Not game-ending by any means as the Ling Bane Wars continue, but there's actually a big advantage for Two Drunk now as these Speedlings do get caught out by Kuz, and Two Drunk's going to send Zerglings into the main base. That third is not going to get up at all. These Banelings are forced to come back. The Speedlings do try and take out this Spine Crawler, but I don't think they're quite going to get it as this Baneling comes to the rescue, but actually gets sniped. 4 Zerglings still alive for Two Drunk. I think he must realize what's going on at this point, even though he hasn't actually scouted the gold base.
Yeah, I would think he gets the
+1 Carapace coming out of Two Drunk, while a Roach Warren is coming out of Kuz.
Oh,
so I like Kuz's position here, but it's also worth remembering minerals mine out a lot faster when they're gold ones.
No, there's 2 Banelings from Two Drunk in the main of Kuz. Will he see it in time?
Oh no! 6 drones go down, and suddenly Two Drunk takes the worker lead for the first time this game, but a third base will come up a lot faster for Kuz. As more and more Zerglings come streaming across the map from Two Drunk. We have a very aggressive ZVC here. I said this is going to happen, and I was right. Doesn't take a Nostradamus to predict aggression on...
Oh, that was close.
ZVC is like heart racing to watch and to play those Ling Bane Wars, but Kuz is starting to get those roaches up. If you can get those roaches, like 7 or 8 roaches, he will stabilize, but this Baneling will protect the main base. Good Spine Crawler positioning, but 3 Banelings on the way. Needs to snipe these down, which he will with the Queen and the Roaches. But now it's just Queens and Roaches against a lot of Speedlings, as more Speedlings fighting in the middle of the map. I can't keep up with everything that's going on. And it looks like Kuz has the army supply lead. He is getting more and more Roaches. He is starting to get the tech lead as well. Two Drunk looks like he needs to do something, because this hatchery actually took a lot of damage, but it is almost done. And once that's up, that's going to give Kuz a decisive advantage. While +1 melee coming out from Two Drunk, so it doesn't look like he wants to stop with his Ling style anytime soon. But once Kuz gets like enough Roaches together, those Zerglings just aren't going to do all that much. Especially on this map which has so many narrow corridors that one can go down.
Yeah, that's his real advantage, Kuz, the Roaches there, because Two Drunk is doesn't even have his Roach Warren up or on the way, so he's stuck on Ling Baneling for the rest of this game, at least for the next few minutes or so.
That said, the first half of this gold base is actually going to mine out pretty shortly. So that will take away some of Kuz's advantage that he's secured for himself. He's only got like 150 minerals, he's got 300 on one and less than 200 on the other 2. There's still 3 mineral patches that will continue for a long time. But these Speedlings are actually getting a lot of damage done against these Roaches, but it looks like Kuz just manages to have enough Roaches to hold. He's making pure Roaches at this point. He's getting +1 missile attacks, he's getting Roach speed, and these Speedlings aren't going to be able to do the job for much longer. I would actually like
the Roaches of Kuz to actually block in that little choke area next to the watchtower. I think that will help so that there's no surface area gained by Two Drunk.
That would be nice, and he's got an Overlord to see if the Zerglings try and go around the other side.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's satisfied to just protect his third base. These Lings need to outmaneuver the Roaches and get around them to get any damage done. They're not going to win in a straight fight, not anymore. There's just too many Roaches out. The +1 missile attack won't actually 2-shot or 3-shot Zerglings, because the Zerglings already have +1 Carapace, so there is that, but at the same time, Roaches just do not beat Zerglings. And here we go, a Spire on the way for 2 Drunk. This is Kuz's moment. He should go with +1 attack and Roach speed, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. If he marches across the map right now, I don't see any way that 2 Drunk's going to be able to stop him. This is his chance.
Oh, yeah. It looks like he's morphing in Banelings.
Yep, the Zerglings, just seeing what's going on, I would have thought they would have gone past and tried to get to the main, but apparently not. And Kuz is just going to go for it with Roach Baneling. Roach Baneling, the ultimate anti-Zergling army. The Spire is less than halfway done. Well, actually, it's just now about halfway done, I think.
Roach speed just done, too.
Yep, Roach speed is done. +1 attack is done. Banelings are done. This is an excellent attack from Kuz, and it might just straight up win the game for him.
Yeah, this is the best timing.
This could be it. But he needs to go.
Oh, what the?
It looks like he's going back. Kuz, no! Kuz, why? What are you doing, man?
Okay, he was trying to defend against these lings that trying to run by, but it looks like he's finished cleaning them up, and now he's going to the march to victory.
He doesn't have enough gas to make a whole flock of muters, so this could still be devastating. A good flank, a good arc surrounding these roaches by 2 Drunk. Well, there's actually enough. More and more roaches are coming across. They're not all synced together, but these Banelings will defend the roaches against these Speedlings of his opponent if he does it well. Good connection there. He's getting more and more roaches spread across the map, and while the execution may have left a little bit to be lacking, in the end there's just so many roaches, I just don't think 2 Drunk's going to win. The supply has dropped down to 50. Kuz has double the supply. Last ditch effort from 2 Drunk, but more and more roaches are streaming across the map with speed. These Zerglings are going down. There's nothing left for 2 Drunk. He can't produce any mutalisks. He doesn't have the minerals. The queens are all getting sniped. The natural is going to fall. 30 supply for 2 Drunk.
And
GG, well played, and Kuz will take the clan war for Psionic Aftermath.
Wow, what a close clan war here series that we got here. 4-3. Well done by both teams, I think.
Especially props to Sabo, who came within 1 game of securing the all kill.
Ah, yeah.
For Insight Gaming. But in the end, Kuz managed to take it out.
Yeah, we had some crazy games. Not proxy. Like 5-6 minute battle cruises we even got. So
5-6 minute battle cruises, proxy ghosts, swingy games that went one way and then went the other and then kept going. Games where no one even knew what was happening. What a clan war.
Mm-hmm. All right, just congratulating to the other team. It was a close series. Was definitely great to cast it. Thank you all for tuning in. There was a good amount of players. I mean, not players, viewers on the stream. So thank you all for tuning in. Do you have any last words for our viewers?
Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to bring you some more clan wars in the coming weeks.
Yep.
We're still up in the air, but we're always looking to find more people to do clan wars with. So, and I would love to have Insight Gaming come in for a rematch. That's for sure.
Yeah, Insight Gaming. I think we're gonna have a bunch of clan wars in the futures because their lead is pretty cool. So hopefully that will happen. And since we're not gonna be able, I'm assuming maybe we're not gonna be playing another clan war. I wish everybody from Insight Gaming and also the people that randomly tuned in and also SciX members happy holidays for next week. And I guess we'll see you guys next time.